Alright, so today's video is going to be a Game Master tip, and I want to talk about letting your players go down rabbit holes. So the first rabbit hole I had my players go into was a campaign I was DMing, which was the Dragons of Icespire Peak for Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition. So I wanted to test out a tabletop, or virtual tabletop, and I could only have 3 of my 6 players join the session. And so they didn't feel right about getting experience when all the other party members weren't there. So they were pretty solid party members, I would say. But what was interesting is I had this combat encounter, we tested it out. But at the end, as just kind of a fun thing, it was this shared dream that they all had. But one of the players discovered a hidden room with an amulet in it. And when he woke up, he had this amulet in his hand. And I just thought it'd be a cool thing that would be something that would bind the characters together, or just be a fun little token from that session. I was completely wrong. The player spent the entire next session trying to figure out where this amulet was, and I had to create like a hall of records in Phandalin, which is a podunk fantasy town, for them to try and figure this out. But what was cool about that is I was able to sort of tie in different locations from the adventures into this story. And what's even cooler is that as I started working through that with the players as the campaign progressed, it actually became the basis for my second campaign that I ran called The Shackles of the Philosopher, which had this really cool overarching story. So anyways, I think the moral of the story is I think it's important that as we are helping guide these adventures for our players, to not just shut things down and to keep an open mind, especially if they decide to investigate something that is a totally ancillary thought in your mind.